Hi guys, what's up? I'm Mary Richardson, rapid transformational therapy practitioner. In this video, this is all about you. If you have unwanted habits, especially the unwanted habit of smoking, and you are just so done with it, this video is for you. If you chew tobacco, if you use nicotine mints, the gum, if you vape, and you're just wanting to be nicotine free, this video is for you. All right, so let's dive in. I'm going to talk in this video all about the number one thing and many other things you can do to quit that may help you quit smoking and stay quit. So this is an amalgamation of all my videos out there on quitting smoking. I'll put at the end of this a link to another video as well. And there's a whole playlist of quitting smoking videos that I've made just for you so you can be smoke free sooner rather than later. Let's dive in. All right. The number one thing with quitting smoking is support. If you've ever tried quitting cold turkey, or maybe you've tried the patches, maybe you've tried the gum, maybe you've tried the medication, and maybe you've quit for a while. Maybe you've quit for a month, a week, maybe you quit for a couple of years. Then something happens and you regress and you go back. You relapse and you go back. Well, let me break that down and tell you what I tell my potential clients all the time, that quitting smoking support is huge. You need to have the tools and a go-to tool that you can use when you become stressed. What happens when you're smoke free and you relapse? It's usually something traumatic, a car accident, a trauma, a death, stress, a divorce, something family related, something pretty huge that just pushes you over that edge and you go right back to smoking. And you're so frustrated because you know you don't want to smoke, you don't want to throw away all that progress. Well, what happens is it's stress. Some things go hand in hand. Stress and anxiety go hand in hand with smoking. All right. Some things are just connected. So if you're smoking now, let me ask you a question. When you're upset, when you have stress, when you have anxiety, what do? Yeah, you probably go smoking, right? You go out and have a cigarette and you feel better. There's two kinds of stress that smokers experience. The first stress is the everyday stress that we all experience. The second kind of stress that smokers experience is caused by the nicotine receptors in your brain demanding nicotine. So it creates like a physical stress where you crave it. Now, some people don't. Not everybody does have a craving. So for some people, it's all about the habit and the routine of smoking. You've been doing it for so long, it's just part of who you are. But for a lot of people, you get a craving for it after a period of time. Well, that creates a certain physical stress in your body. And then when you go out and have a cigarette, those nicotine receptors in your brain are satisfied. They've got what they wanted. They've been yelling at you, I need nicotine. And then they get it. So then they're quiet and they're calm. And that nicotine stress is relieved. But it doesn't stay that way, right? So it's really, people say that, well, smoking helps my stress. Well, the nicotine stress, if it helped it permanently, it would never come back. You wouldn't crave it again. But we know that it's not a permanent solution. Also, the everyday stress may be relieved by smoking, because if you're upset, something happened, you're upset, you go out, you have a cigarette, you may feel calmer. And here, aside from the nicotine receptors, here's why you might feel calmer. Because have you ever heard someone tell you to just take long, deep breaths? Tell you if you're having anxiety and they tell you to just take a deep breath. Well, it's really proven, and research has shown, do your own research, but research has shown that taking long, deep breaths can actually bring down our anxiety and our stress levels. Well, what do you do when you inhale a cigarette? You take a long, deep breath. You inhale. So you're really taking long, deep breaths, and that's what is calming you down, aside from the nicotine that you're inhaling. So you're relieving two kinds of stress. The nicotine receptors are getting their nicotine, they've been demanding, plus you're taking a long, deep breath, and that's helping the physical stress that you have felt. So, what the problem with this, though, and if you're listening to this and you want to quit smoking, let me ask you, what's the problem with smoking? Well, we all know what happens if you don't quit. We're not going to spend any time on that. We all know what happens. And that's probably why you want to quit. Most of my clients who want to quit smoking, they do it for two main reasons. One, for their health, and two, for their kids and grandkids, because they want to be around to see their kids and grandkids graduate. So if that's you and you're in the right place, you're talking to the right person, I've helped a lot of people quit. What's the first step, you might ask? Well, how do I do it? And that's what one of my clients told me. He said, everybody tells you to quit smoking, but nobody tells you how to quit. And it's really true. There's all these things out there to relieve the symptoms or to get nicotine in other ways. It's almost like trying to lose weight by eating different junk food. I mean, that doesn't really help, right? The only way is to go through it and if you're trying to lose weight, we know that exercise, the right kind of exercise, the right kind of diet that's perfect for you can work for you. So not all, just like in weight loss, not all diets work for each person. In quitting smoking, not all quit smoking programs work for everybody. So yes, people have been able to quit with the patches, with the gum, with the mints, but I personally have talked to so many people where it just doesn't work. The patches slide off their body. They're allergic to the adhesive in the patches. You have a red spot from the patch. Or heaven forbid, they actually smoke while they're wearing the patch. So, which is more nicotine that they're getting, which is what you don't want. You don't want to go in the opposite direction, smoking more, which is funny because when you quit smoking and you try quitting cold turkey, some people, including yourself, you may have been able to go from like your ultimate high level of number of cigarettes per day. Maybe that was a pack, maybe it was a pack and a half, maybe it was 3 packs. Maybe you brought that all the way down to maybe a pack a day or half a pack a day, or maybe 3 cigarettes a day, whatever it is for you. Maybe working cold turkey got you down to where you're only smoking a few cigarettes a day. The problem with that is that most people hit a wall and they can't cross the finish line. They just can't get under that minimum amount of cigarettes. Maybe they're smoking, 3 cigarettes a day, and they can't get beneath that to smoke 2 or 1 or just not smoke at all. And what happens is most people get down to a certain level and they stay there for a while. And because they can't make it any lower, they can't smoke any less cigarettes, like just a few. They can't get under 5 or 4, whatever it is for you. They start smoking more and they end up right back where they started. And that can be really frustrating, especially after all of the effort you put in, after all of the sacrifice you made to get down that far to smoking a few cigarettes. So quitting cold turkey doesn't always work. Also, some people try the mints and then they get hooked on the mints. The nicotine mints it's a real addiction, absolutely. Or the gum. I knew a gentleman who he quit, but then there was not a time during the day that he didn't have that gum in his mouth. And it was just horrendous. He couldn't ever get past that. So most people want more from their life than that. They want to be done, over it, past it. And maybe you heard of somebody who's quit smoking with hypnosis or acupuncture. That's great. What I do is quitting smoking with hypnosis. It's very powerful the way I do it. Every hypnotist does it differently. If you're interested, I did leave a link. It says book a strategy call in the description box. Click on that. It'll take you to Calendly. and you just pick a day and a time, and we'll jump on a call. It's only about 20 minutes, and I'll let you know if I can absolutely be sure I can help you. Also, something you need to know about quitting smoking is that you, with hypnosis, you really have to want the result. Hypnosis, and just like any quit smoking program, hypnosis doesn't force you to do anything. It doesn't take away your free will. You have to want the result. So let me ask you right now, 1 to 10. 1 is not interested in quitting. 10 is I'm going to quit. I'm going to find a way, make it work. Where are you? Write that number down somewhere. All right, so 1 is not interested in quitting. 10 is I'm going to quit. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to make it work. Write it down. Great. All right, so now that you've got that number, the closer you are to 10, the potential for the better result with hypnosis. So now you know if hypnosis could possibly help you. Maybe you've heard of somebody who's quit that way. Maybe you've even tried it before and you know it worked for you before and something happened and you relapsed. No problem. I actually address that with my program, and I give you a tool that you have going forward that you can always use. You have lifetime unlimited access to this tool, and it can help you if you ever get off track or you feel like you might get off track with quitting. All right, so enough about that. Let's also talk about some other aspects of quitting smoking. Let's talk about your triggers. When you get up in the morning, how long after you get up do you have your first cigarette? Do you even make it out of bed before having your first cigarette? Are you a coffee drinker? In your mind, do cigarettes and coffee, do they go hand in hand? Maybe not. Maybe so. What do you do as a profession? Is that a contributor to your smoking? No, I'm going kind of fast here. I'm trying to get it all in. No, some people, their careers are just perfect for a smoker, meaning like a truck driver where you have loads of time on your hand, and it just goes hand in hand where you have all this time, and soon you realize you're just smoking unconsciously. You're not even aware how much you're smoking till you look down and a pack of cigarettes is gone. Maybe you can go all day without smoking or several hours without smoking, but then when you have a trigger, then you start in. Maybe it's after eating. Do you smoke after you eat? What about driving? When you get in the car, does the car start if you don't have a cigarette lit? All right, I know I'm making light of this, but really these triggers are real. I know how painful it is, that you just want to be done with it. When you get to a mental point, when you are so done with smoking, you're over it, past it, maybe you have health concerns, or maybe you don't have health concerns, but you don't want to get there either. You don't want any health issues. Well, this video is for you, and what I do may be perfect for you as well. Something else to consider is what is your why for quitting? It's different for everybody, and there's no right or wrong answer. The key here is that you have to know why you want to quit. And as long as it makes sense to you, that's the important thing. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. I once helped a gentleman quit. He was on the East Coast, and he loved smoking. He loved everything about it. His biggest issue is he wanted to retire, and the amount, I think he was spending between $600 and $900 a month just on cigarettes. He was definitely like 2 packs a day. Or more. So he knew that he couldn't retire and keep spending that amount, but he wanted to retire. He really was motivated to retire. And so he was motivated. His why made sense to him. So you don't even have to give up liking smoking, but your why for quitting has to be real for you. All right. So the other thing to consider is how much are you already spending on cigarettes? Most of my clients, not all of them, of course, but a lot of them don't even bother to do the financial aspect of it to see how much am I spending on cigarettes? If you're spending about a pack a day and you're spending, I don't know, right around $10, I mean, you're spending a fair amount a year. Let me just do that calculation. Let's just figure you're spending, let's just say about $8.50 a pack, and you're smoking about a pack a day. You are spending about $3,094 a year, if my math is correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. I just did that really quickly. All right, I hope that's right. About $3,094 a year on cigarettes. And that's not just last year, but probably the year before that, and probably this year if you don't do something about it, and probably for the next number of years, unless you do something about it. So let's just figure over 5 years, you're spending $15,470. $15,470 just on cigarettes. Doesn't even account for your health. Doesn't even account for all the doctor's visits. If you don't have them now, you may have them in the future, because we know what happens if you don't quit. But the biggest reason is not money. For my clients, it's really not about the financial aspect of quitting. That's a great incentive. And consider that you'll have financial gains potentially just by quitting smoking. You don't even have to work more to get that. Just by quitting smoking, you'll have financial gains potentially. For my clients, the biggest thing for them is they want to live longer. They want to be around for their kids and grandkids and be healthy. And when they often come to me when they notice that they can't keep up with their kids and grandkids as much. They can't go hiking as much. Maybe they're having trouble taking deep breaths, or they get winded easily. And their family is on them saying, look, we want you around. You have to do something about this. And they want to, they just don't know how. So if that's you, in the comment section is a link. It says book a strategy call, just 20 minutes with me to see if you're a good fit for what I do. I'll promise I'll answer all your questions. And what I do is I custom design the session all around you, all around your experience with smoking. And then there's an added bonus, which is a tool that I give you to potentially keep you smoke-free, which not everybody does. So the other guys often don't give you a tool that you can take with you that can keep you smoke-free. So that's something extra that I do for you. But I really get you. I really understand the frustration with smoking. I understand that it's been a big part of your life. I understand that it can feel like another appendage. It can feel like your go-to. It may feel like your friend. It may feel like you're confident. It may feel like it's just what you do. It's just part of your life. It may feel that it's just been in your life for so long, you don't know what your life would be like without it. And all of these are I get the fear. Also, you might have a fear of if you quit smoking, would you still be able to be around others that smoke? Maybe your spouse, your partner, your friends smoke, your family smokes, and you still want to be able to be around them without being triggered to smoke. Well, I address that. Almost everybody has that concern. I address that in the session. And it's amazing because the way I do this, you can be around everyone that smokes, and potentially my clients tell me that they're so surprised they're not triggered to smoke. And they're just, it's as if something switched in them through this process where they almost can go within and turn off that smoking switch. What's great about what I do is you're in control. You're making all the choices, all the decisions. I'm guiding you. So no one's telling you to do it. No one's forcing the information on you. You're making all the decisions in the hypnosis session. I'm just guiding you. So it's really powerful. It's a great technique that I use. I'm really proud of it because it's worked for so many people. And it's evolved over the years. And, I'm 5 years into this, and I've helped a lot of people quit. I've helped couples quit. I've helped professionals quit. I've helped an athlete quit. I helped moms, dads, you name it, from all walks of life, all income levels. And people just, you get to a point where you're just done and you make that investment in yourself. It's like any other investment. You've invested a lot in yourself with cigarettes. It's time to invest in yourself to get past that, to get over it, to get cigarettes out of your life. So I wish you well, and thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. I'm trying to up my subscribers so that obviously so that I can monetize this. But more importantly, when you click like and subscribe, you'll be notified every time I go live like this. Every time I upload a new video, you'll get a little pop-up that says I'm live. And I'd love to see you. I'd love to read your comments. So feel free to write comments. I think I have it I'm pretty sure I have it turned on. Yes, it is turned on. It lists me as an anxiety healing expert, which I am. Part of anxiety is smoking. It's all these unwanted habits. Anxiety goes with smoking. So reach out to me. I'd love to chat with you. I'd love to chat with you on a strategy call. And I'll make, I have tons of videos out there. They're all for you guys so that you can watch them and learn and save yourself some frustration by watching these videos, because each one can help you a lot. The key though is by going through this program I have, it puts it all together, customizes it for you. But anyway, feel free to watch all these videos. I promise you'll get something out of them. Because my goodness, I have so many quit smoking videos out there. And I even talk about what happens to your skin after you quit smoking. Check out that video. That's a great video. I try to answer all your questions based on what my clients have asked. So I know, the questions that you had, because I've probably already been asked it, and there's a video out there to answer it. So check it out. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok as well. All right. Be well, my friends. I will see you in the next video. My name is Mary Richardson. Bye.